Education. It all starts right here in the classroom, but it doesn't end here. The students of Nctv are teaming up with K2 Television and going out into the real world. Our student reporters will bring you behind-the-scenes reports from the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo. Stop by the Media Center at the fair and watch them edit their stories, and then tune in to K2 Television News July 7th through 11th. If they make the cut, you'll see the finished product. K2 Television News Student Reporter Week. It's another reason why it's news worth watching.
If you're just joining us, we have a real treat going on Report to Wyoming today, sitting down and talking with the student reporters from Natrona County High School and Nctv that have been doing the reports all week long from the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo on the K2 Wyoming News at 10 o'clock each night.
Well, our student reporters were once again hard at work today, and tonight we bring you the fruits of their labors, an investigative report of sorts.
We wanted to know which rides topped the list for kicks. Here's what they found.
The Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo, there are many attractions, but it seems that most come out for the rides. The Ring of Fire rules, but the zipper is cool too. Zipper is cool.
It rules. It's pretty good and nice.
A lot of rides around here, they're pretty bad. I don't know, I'm about to go on this one. I think it's a kamikaze. It looks pretty ill.
And mine's a kamikaze because it goes like 90 miles an hour. It's pretty fun.
I like the merry-go-round.
The carnival will run from 4 p.m. till midnight on July 9th, and July 10th is Kids' Day from noon until 5 p.m. Then regular prices will resume. July 11th is Armbands Day, starting at noon, with regular prices resuming at 4 p.m.
So for thrills, chills, or just bring your mom, come out to the Fair and Rodeo. Coy Miller, K2 News.
Another great report and very informative, although I'm not sure I'm going to go on some of those upside-down rides.
Oh, I want to hit those.
The Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo has come to Casper. This year it's here from the 7th through the 11th. Most people don't realize the time and patience it takes to bring the carnival here. The Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo has been an event that many people look forward to during the summer. The carnival takes many hours of preparation and hard work to make this event possible.
Well, to set up the Bill Hames shows, it takes anywhere from 6 to 14 hours. The longest ride usually takes about 14 hours. Some of them can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours.
The carnival is not the only attraction. Others include the rodeo, 4-H, and the exhibits in the industrial building. It's all set up. Come and see what the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo has to offer. This has been Jen Reeves with K2 News.
Tell us what your story's going to be.
Mine's going to be on the what are they?
The booths?
The booths and the people that run them, and have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do for that.
Have you met any interesting people that you want to interview?
Yeah, I did an interview already with this guy that's selling false teeth that are really grody, and it turned out pretty good, so.
Cool.
Well, you know, there really are so many components to the fair, it's hard to keep track.
But our student reporters are managing to stay on top of things. Tonight's installment, the exhibits.
The industrial building, where there's a lot more going on than the carnival, the rides, and the rodeo. We're taking a closer look at the exhibits and what they're all about. There are many fulfilling and interesting exhibits at the fairgrounds. Here's one guy who has some advice on making you more attractive.
By the way, there's a prerequisite for the gold. You have to have a 6th grade education or pass hook-on phonics the entire course without it cheating, or I can't sell you the gold.
Even our own instructor, Lance Manzi, agreed it would improve his looks.
I totally thought they were his team.
I know. We also checked out the face painting exhibits, another popular booth among people of all ages. Casper Star Tribune mascot was at the Industrial Building sharing her thoughts on being a newspaper.
Have you been really hot in these costumes?
Yeah, but I've got a secret for keeping myself cool.
What is that secret? Can you tell?
Well, it involves taking a lot of breaks and drinking a lot of water.
That's a good plan.
Anything here should make you smile. If you haven't gotten a chance to see the exhibits and play the games, tomorrow's the last day, so you better come on down and check it out. Riley Reed, K2 News.
And our reporters wanted us to take time out to thank their instructor, Lance Madzi. He's really been helping out all week, and our student reporters will have their final report tomorrow.
I just I act like a kid, and I kind of have a problem growing up, and I think that's why, I brought those funky teeth yesterday, and I think that's going to be a story that Marilee does. But basically, I like to keep that report. And one thing about TV, if you're not having fun with it, I mean, why do it? And so I think TV is fun, and I hope that translates to these guys, especially in the class.
Welcome back. Today we sent our student reporters to the Central Wyoming Fair to check out the rodeo.
We wanted to know what competition is like in the rough and tumble business of rodeo. Here's what they found out.
Rodeo is a big part of Wyoming culture. During the fair and rodeo, many people come from all around to participate in these events. Now, let's take a look at some rodeo action.
I enjoy the competition. I enjoy being around all the guys. Rodeoing is just a part-time hobby. Sometimes it's good, most times it's bad.
There are 6 main events in the PRCA. These are steer wrestling, calf roping, team roping, bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, and bull riding. And never forget the clowns.
It's been something I've been involved with for over 20 years as a competitor, and now as a judge, I really enjoy it.
The rodeo will be going on every day through Saturday the 11th at 8 p.m. So come on down and support your local rodeo. Lindsay Lunsford, K2 News.
Which aspects of it have you enjoyed the most this week?
I enjoyed reporting. It was a new thing for me because I've never tried it before, and it was an exciting experience.
So you've never done that before?
That was the first time I've ever tried it.
I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Jenny?
I'd probably say once I do my story reporting will probably be my favorite part. I just like that better than doing anything else out there.
And well, as the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo winds down in Casper tonight, our staff of student reporters decided to take a look back at all the fun from this past week. Here's their report.
Today's the last day for the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo. We took today to reflect on some of the past week's festivities. During the week, you may have seen magicians, clowns, animals, and cowboys. But there's much more that has yet to be uncovered. If you think the fair is only for kids, you're right. It's for the kids and all of us. Jenny Lyman, K2 News.
student reporters, 5 reports over 5 days, always hit their deadline. They did a great job.
They did. Fearing for my job, and in some ways almost.
I notice now when you're working out there, it is very much a group effort. That all of you were involved with Lance in putting together the story and doing the editing and in cutting the voice track and getting script approval from Joel Eisenbaum back here at the station and all. Is that team concept a way you enjoy working?
I think it's probably easier for us to do it as a team instead of just individually, because then we can like divide up the different tasks that we need to have done, and it makes things go a little quicker. So I think it's easiest for us that way.
I mean, from school, because basically then they have a month to do it. I mean, and now this turns around, they only have a day to produce a whole story. And so, I mean, it really puts them in the real world, because that's basically what is expected of people in news. I mean, they have a day to put together basically a 1 minute to 1 minute 30 package, get it done, fonts, everything, you know, edit it so it's real tight. And basically, I think it's really good for them, you know, because it really puts them in that real world situation.
And Coy and Jen, I know you guys have been working hard because you've been out there 10, 12 hours a day. Because I've only been out there 8 and 9, and you're there when I get there, and you're still going when I leave. What have you learned, Jen? Was it a surprise to you to find out what it takes to put a news story on the air on a daily basis?
It was. For Nctv, we had a month to put a show together. You know, I mean, we had more stories, but one story is pretty hectic because you have to have shooting, editing, and you have your deadline, which is the big part. It's hard.
How about the planning and the organization? How much time do you spend before you actually go out to do the story?
Not very much, really. I mean, we had it all worked out before we started, but then every day we picked a new story, and we'd start working on it somewhat the night before. Like the carnival story, we did all the night before we shot it all. But, I mean, after that, it just all day is editing mostly, or shooting, depending on what story it was. The first story we did all day the first day.
If there are any students at NC that are thinking about getting into this program, how would the three of you advise them? What would you tell them?
I would tell them definitely to get into it. I mean, it helps so much with, if you're like reporting or something, with like having to stand up in front of people and it, you know, like your self-confidence, your composure maybe. It helps a lot with that, and just other things, learning how to use equipment and whatnot.
Lindsay?
Mine's, I guess, basically the same thing she said.
Okay, Marilee?
The same.
Marilee is not normally this quiet. Those of us who know Marilee know she is not normally this quiet, and those of us at the fair know that she's not normally this quiet also.